Let's move on and do the Mail. And it looks like we can add the police to the long list of people who are not happy with Matt Hancock, Lewis.
Well, it's funny because, according to the Daily Mail, the police hit back at Matt Hancock that Matt Hancock, he was the health secretary at the time, caused huge resentment. The ex-chief constable says he wanted to get heavy with the police to enforce lockdown rules. And so the head of the Greater Manchester Police said, his name is Fahy, I think that's his name, he says he didn't know what was guidance from the government and what was legislation. And that struck me as completely incompetent on the police's part. Their job is to know what legislation is, what the law is,
yes,
and to know what guidance is. They shouldn't say, is this guidance? They should know, and they have their own lawyers to tell them.
Yeah, well, I suppose it was an unprecedented situation, to use that word we kept hearing. There's several things that are annoying. I mean, the police are annoyed because Hancock said the word plod. He said plod got their marching orders, as if you can just boss them around, and he called them plod.
He's such a badass, isn't he?
I know.
Although, get heavy with him.
I know, it's annoying. But then again, Josh, can the police really talk? Because they were doing so many terrible things during lockdown. They were taping up benches, they were arresting people walking along beaches alone, etc.
It was great. I mean, of course they are going to get mixed messages because they're going to be told one thing and then they're going to go for these meetings at number 10 and see all the leftover bottles left out and they go, oh, maybe actually it's not as strict as we thought. But I remember being in the park with, we were in a 3-bedroom flat, 5 kids. We went out, we don't have a garden, so we're in our local park, and the police coming over after 45 minutes. I had, at that time, 2-year-old kid, baby, toddler, and they're coming over, how long have you been out here? Oh, well, you better leave in about 10 minutes.
Pathetic.
In a boiling hot summer, it makes me really upset and angry when I think about it.
And in that same park, they put those little cones on the basketball. I keep talking about this, on the basketball net, so the kids couldn't play basketball. I mean, how mean. You're outside, it's totally safe. It's a group of young kids who aren't susceptible really anyway, and you won't let them shoot a basket. You put a little cone over a basketball net. It drove me mad.
Why are we blaming the police? Why are we blaming Matt Hancock?
We're blaming both.
Here we go. And the thing that, because I wasn't here yesterday, and this hasn't come out since I've been on this, I want to blame, and I know we don't say mainstream media here, we say legacy media, whatever, but I think the narrative that was constructed and how no one challenged it, and Labour, who didn't challenge it either, no one sort of actually stood up and went, wait a minute, this stuff is, I mean, people did individually.
Yeah, I did.
But the point is, our institutions failed us. Massively.
Yes, no. I think I think we failed ourselves. We, as a world, not even as a nation, because this was around the world, we accepted this. We thought something bad was going to happen. We believed it. So for us, every time we're going to do these stories in the future, I hate to say it, this is a non-story.
It's a massive story.
It isn't. It isn't the biggest story, because the fact is, every single person, except for you and me and Nick, and the people who were watching out there.
You're not running for president.
We were against it, but everybody else in this country, in this world, supported what the police were doing. They supported Matt Hancock.
The sheeple are to blame as well, Lewis. I totally agree, if that's your point.
Yes, everybody is to blame, and we have to accept we're to blame, and we forgive ourselves for following this craziness.
Okay, fair point. Vote Lewis Schaffer. And